I was reading an article the other day in some Catholic magazine or news source or whatever, and it was talking about the 21st century new Christian heresy. I'm good. I'm good. I think I'm good as I am. You know how it is. I'm a pretty good person. I haven't killed anyone. I haven't done anything really bad. Overall, I'm pretty good. And as studies have shown, and I think Gallup did a survey several years ago about this, asking Americans, A, if they believed in heaven and hell, and which they thought they were going to. Not surprisingly, over 85% of people said, I'm going to heaven. I'm very certain I'm going to heaven. This is the new American Christian heresy, that I am good and I am going to heaven. If that were the case, there's no reason to be here tonight. If that were the case, there's no reason to celebrate this season of Lent. There's no reason that God came into our world. Because the fact of the matter was, and it is, we can't save ourselves. There's no way I can be good enough to get to heaven. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. Because if that were on my shoulders, if the weight of my salvation were on me, that would be exhausting. It would be exhausting. And this is the very thing that Jesus is railing against today when he speaks to the scribes and the Pharisees and those other people there. He says, you know, you're doing all of these things that you think are going to make you good. And so you play them up to feel good about being good. That's not going to make you good. Blowing the trumpet and giving your alms and getting people to feel sorry for you or to build you up for this, that, or the other thing. But rather, Jesus comes into our lives to make us good. Our Lenten discipline is really not about trying to be good. It's not about trying to get into heaven. Our Lenten discipline, fasting, prayer, almsgiving, charity, these things that we do, they're not going to make us good. But those things that we do, they are going to open us up. They help to take down barriers. They help to soften our hearts. They help to open us up. And when we're open, then God can come in. And God, who alone is good, can save us. Because, as I said, if my salvation depended on me and what I did, I'm in trouble. I have skeletons in my closet. I've done things I probably shouldn't have done. I have committed sins and continue to sin even no matter how much I don't want to sin. I am not good enough to get myself to heaven. And it's a terrible burden. And anybody who tries to put on that illusion of being good, being perfect, now how much energy we spend looking good, looking like everything is okay, looking like life is the way it's supposed to be, trying to be good, trying to be beautiful, trying to be perfect, trying to be strong, trying to be all of these things. It's exhausting. It takes a lot of energy. And ultimately it destroys us because we can't be any of those things. I can be sorrowful. I can be honest. I can admit fault. I can admit weakness. I can ask for help. When we as human beings do those things, then God can rush in. He can save us. And the burden of our salvation is not on us. It's on Jesus Christ. And that is freeing. That's liberating. It makes Lent a joyful time. I don't know how many people think of Lent as a joyful time, but Lent really is a joyful time. The people who find Lent to be a drudgery are those who look at all of the things they have to do. Oh, look at the prayers I have to do. Look at the thing I gave up. Look at these extra things I said I would be doing, and so on and so forth. Because it's all about what I do to make myself holy, and that's exhausting. But if it's about being free, and being forgiven, and letting God save me, well, I'm all about that. I am all about the joy of letting Jesus save me. We don't come here today to have these ashes from the burnt palm branches placed upon our heads as a sign of how good we are. Look, I went to church. That's not what the ashes are. The ashes are just the opposite. It says, look, I'm a dirty person. I'm a sinful person. I am a broken person. I am a person who needs to be clean, who needs to be washed, who needs to be lifted up, who needs to be forgiven. That's why we come here, because we recognize our weakness, and we recognize that we need God to save us. And so yes, we are going to do prayer, and we are going to engage in fasting, and we are going to increase our almsgiving and our charity throughout this holy season. Those things are not going to make us holy. It's what Jesus does on the cross that makes us holy. And our discipline of Lent, hopefully beginning today, is going to open us up more and more to that, so we can rejoice in this holy season and recognize, I'm not good. God is good. And thank goodness for that I am saved because of it.